Welcome back to Band Space. Today we're going to start making sounds on our saxophone. Let's go. First, let's double check our posture. Our feet are flat on the floor, our back is straight, and we're 6 inches off the back of our chair. We're going to start this lesson off quickly with some tonguing. Now, articulation is what happens when our tongue touches the reed. We are going to start with articulating. And the way we articulate on the saxophone is by using the word ta. Say ta with me. Ta. Ta. When we say ta, the tongue touches the back of the top of the teeth. Ta. And that's the same thing that's going to happen when we play our saxophone. But instead of hitting the back of the teeth, we're going to hit the tip of the tongue with the tip of the reed and get a nice ta. Before we start playing our first note B on the saxophone, we're first going to start off with our neck and our mouthpiece. And we're going to do an exercise with a metronome. What's a metronome? A metronome is a device that you use to keep time. It helps us get the beat, something that we can tap our toes to. You can buy a metronome at a local music store, or you can find one for your phone, smart tablet, or computer. I'm going to set my metronome to 70 BPM. BPM stands for beats per minute. This exercise is called I play, you play. I'm going to play for 4 beats, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. So I play for 4, you play for 4. That's our metronome. Tap your foot to the metronome. So think down, 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 down. Every time you hear a click, your foot should be touching the ground. The saxophone rests on our right leg. So if you're tapping your right foot, your whole saxophone is going to be moving. So I encourage you to tap your left foot. I play, you play. Ready? I'll count us in. 1, 2, I go first. All right, good job. So when you're doing that, make sure you're taking a huge breath and nice and consistent sound. Don't forget, we want to keep the mouthpiece firm to the face, firm corners, flat chin, fast air. Make sure we're using a lot of air to make that happen. Okay, let's do that exercise again, but this time I'm going to change it up. So listen to what I do, and then you copy exactly what I do. I play, you play. Ready? 1, 2, I go first. All right, good job. Now let's do the same exercise, and this time we're going to play on our saxophone. So let's make sure that our neck is completely seated inside the saxophone body, and let's start making some sounds. Our first note's going to be B. And to play a B on the saxophone, we take our pointer finger in our left hand, and we're going to push down on this pearl key right here. So don't forget, we skip the first one, and we're just going to push down this key right here. And our rest of our hand is just going to rest right on top of the keys. Don't push them down, just let them rest on top of it. See how I'm not pushing them? They're just resting there. Let's get everything situated. We got our left hand ready. Our right hand is just going to rest right here. We're not pushing anything. We're just going to let it rest right there. This is what B sounds like. I'm going to take in a deep breath and use a lot of air. Listen. So I'm going to turn the metronome on, and we're going to play I play, you play. 1, 2, I go first.
Thank
All right, that was really good. Now let's see if we can make it even better. I'm going to change it up just a little bit, and we're going to do I play, you play again. This time I'm going to change what I'm doing with my tongue. Make sure you use a lot of air in and a lot of air out to make it as smooth as possible. And 1 and 2, I go first. Okay, that was great. Now, here's what you have to do. When I'm tonguing between the notes, my air doesn't stop. My tongue just lightly touches the tip of the reed to make the separation between the notes. Ta, 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 ta. I'm not going ta, 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 ta. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. Make sure you're doing one breath and just tongue when needed. So when I tongue 4 times, you have to tongue 4 times. Not 4 breaths, 4 tongues, 1 breath. Are you ready? Let's do a challenge round. I play, you play. Ready? 1, 2, I go first. All right, did you make it? Did you make it all the way to the end? Did you beat the challenge? Okay guys, that's it. That's how we play a B on a saxophone. Super proud of you guys. Now, what do you do now to get better? You do this over and over and over. Practice this until you can't get it wrong. So next time on Band Space, we're going to add in our second note. We have B, now we're going to add in A, and I'll give you a print preview. B is this first finger. A, skip this little guy right here, which is called the bis B flat, and add the next finger down with your middle finger. So just 1 and 2. And that's an A. I'll see you guys next time on Band Space. See ya. Go. Oh, that was awful. Let's do that again. Make sure you do 1 breath and then... Challenge accepted.